Have you read yet? An earthquake is coming to telco stocks in Malaysia. If you are buying or holding telco stocks, this is critical. Now, even you have a handphone and is using 4G, this will impact your line quality going forward. See this chart, Opensignal research, quality of 4G services is deteriorating as the line gets congested. Data is stressing mobile networks so bad already. People are online for longer hours. Worse, you got high bandwidth video consumption like TikTok. Traditionally, government allocates mobile spectrum to telcos and then telco will build their own network. Simpler analogy, this mobile spectrum is like a land, tanah, owned by the government. Government subdivide it and sell to telco A, telco B, telco C, who then use their own money to build their own highway A, B and C respectively. How many lanes in a highway is a metaphor for the mobile bandwidth or how many users that can fit into it. As more cars cram into a highway without any lane addition or extension, congestion is expected like Federal Highway in KL to a point where it gets unbearable. But now, for 5G, government is not going to subdivide the 5G land anymore. Government will be building the highway instead. Let's call it Highway X. No more Highway ABC owned by Telco ABC. Now Telco ABC has to rent this Highway X from the government. This is known as SWN, Single Wholesale Network, owned by Digital National Berhad DNB, a special purpose vehicle by Ministry of Finance. Telco resists this change because it disrupts their own aeons-long business model. The feeling of not owning their own telecommunications infrastructure is like you have been pooping your entire life on a jamban like this. Suddenly ask you to poke in this kind of jamban pula. From a consumer standpoint like yourself, the old way of doing things actually has its drawbacks. Let's do some role play over here, shall we? Hey, Piram, bukan this type of role play lah. Okay, you role play as Telco A. Now, say you invest 10 million in Klang Valley to build a 5G highway, which only your subscribers can use. Now, to make this venture profitable, you, Telco A, needs enough monthly subscriber to actually use this 5G highway, right? I mean, paying subscribers. Say you need a return of asset of 20% per year. Then your revenue is 12 million per year. But any 5G highway user needs to have a special type of vehicle, say an electric vehicle, EV, to fully take advantage of this 5G highway, because the highway has this advanced charging technology that charges your car battery so fast while you are driving on the highway. No need to stop your car at charging station to charge your car battery. Elon Musk also never thought of this, and it also has an escalator-like surface accelerator. Now, if you drive 100 km per hour, you are actually moving at 200 km per hour because the escalator or accelerator is moving another 100 km per hour. So you reach your destination twice as fast without extra accident risk. Just like you are walking in this so-called ground surface level flat escalator on KLIA2, you move twice as fast, right? Would you, Telco A, build a 10 lanes 5G highway from day one? Of course not. Any telco will only start building a 1-lane 5G highway for a start and then only expand the number of lanes based on vehicle traffic. Yes? Again, think of how many lanes in a highway corresponds to the coverage and the speed of the 5G network. Anyone with above average business sense can calculate this. 1-lane highway can cater for 100 users. I need to charge each user 100 ringgit a month to be profitable. But if I build a 10 lanes highway for only the same 100 users, then if I do not charge them 1,000 per month, I will lose money. But no user will want to pay 1,000 ringgit per month kind of mobile plan. Yes? Not true. A monthly, no problem one.
Gaji seorang menteri setiap bulan RM55,000.
It's also like 3-lane highway at Cyberjaya or Putrajaya is an overkill, right? Whereas you have 10 lanes on Federal Highway, also not enough. Anyway, this means Telco will not go all out to build another lane on a 5G highway until the existing lane capacity start to experience a certain level of traffic jam. Otherwise, the stock price will plunge because their profit margin decrease. But it's a chicken and egg thing because more consumers like us actually need to utilize that 5G highway for Telco to upgrade the lane or even adding more lanes in a highway. Do not forget, for consumers like us, this migration from a 4G highway to a 5G highway comes with a cost. First, you have got to dump your petrol vehicle and change to an electric vehicle to fully take advantage of the speed and the features of a 5G highway. Not to mention, actually spend money to buy an electric vehicle. In this sense, it's like you have to buy a 5G phone. Would you do that though? Well, it depends. If the congestion you experience using any of current 4G highways by Telco A, Telco B, or Telco C is no longer bearable, like this.
What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
But if your company let you work from home or allow a flexi hours, then this don't really bother you because you can still use the 4G highway during non-peak hours. Leave house at 11 AM and then reach office in half an hour. No need to change the car to a EV, and because you don't need to use that 5G highway anyway, although it is spanking new. Given a choice, a telco would just squeeze as much juice left out of its existing 4G infrastructure, which is the prudent thing to do from a business standpoint, because you do not want to throw in 10 million and only recoup or even break even that in 10 years. Although the two big questions here are why government want to intervene and disrupt the current business models of all telcos in Malaysia. What is the udang di sebalik batu? Also, can't just telco be happy with their existing 4G network and infrastructure? Milk it as long as they can without spending money to build the next generation 5G, 6G or 7G or whatever G. Why susah sangat? If telcos are so scared of losing money due to underutilization of their upcoming 5G or 6G network, they don't build it in the first place right? What does this mean for telco stocks and what it means for you if you are invested in telco stocks or thinking to buy telco stocks? Continue in the next video. More info in the description below.